Hello, 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 hello. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Food for Thought with me, your host and chef, Barbara Cooking-Diva. And you're in a safe place where we come together to join me in my kitchen where I share thought-provoking, interesting conversation while I cook up a dish. My channel is about the four major F's in my life and perhaps your life too. That's faith, family, finance, and of course, food. So welcome back to the channel. Wagwan. It's been a while, and by a while I mean about 2 weeks that I haven't joined you in the kitchen. Lots been going on, lots of things. Celebrated a 50th birthday in the last 2 weeks. Had a lot going on at work with the kids. Those of you who are not new to the channel, you know that I am a teacher. And if you're new to the channel, I teach hospitality management. And so sometimes things get a little bit busy in school, and so I don't always make it here on a Sunday, but I try. So I haven't been here in the last, I think, 2 Sundays, but I'm here today, and it's a special Sunday because today is Mother's Day, and I want to wish all my fabulous subscribers and foodies and cooking divas a very happy Mother's Day. A mother is a very special person in our life. They are our advocate, our champion, the nurturer of the family, the caregiver, sometimes the sole breadwinner. They're just this incredible group of women who just every day go out to improve the lives of their family, their children. And so we just want to celebrate you mothers. And for my special mommy, happy Mother's Day, Mom. Mom is by my brother, spending the first half of the day with my brother, and then she's going to join me for dinner. So I'm going to cook up today a very special dinner for Mom, one of her favorite. I'm going to make a creamy, delicious, cheesy polenta. For those Jamaicans, tonkar meal. She absolutely love this dish, especially when it's accompanied by fish. And she loves when I make salmon. She loves my salmon, and especially a blackened salmon. So today I'll be working on that. So before I get into the whole cooking bit of things, where going? What's going on in your world? What are you cooking up in your kitchen? And how are you honoring and celebrating the mother in your life? Leave it in the comment section. Leave it a note and just let me know what's going on. Let's chat. And don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification button so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And if you've been coming here, you've watched the video, you love my content, but you haven't yet subscribed, I just want to know, where are we at fun? Join up and become a part of a family of cooking divas and cooking dons. Yeah, we don't leave the men out of this whole cooking session and conversation. So hit that subscribe button. There it is right there. Hit it. Like the video and share the video. Don't keep all this goodness to yourself. Share so that we can all join in the movement to live a more healthful, balanced, and purposeful life. So join me in the next segment when I'll get cooking with this really special dish that I'm going to make for my mom, and you can join me too in making something special for your mom or the mother in your life. So I'll be right back. right, so let's talk about what's on the menu. Prep work is key to making your time in the kitchen a whole lot more productive and even fun. Cooking can be work, but the more organized you are and the more you prepare ahead of time, it helps the whole cooking process. So, yesterday I spent some time preparing for what I was going to make today. So I went ahead and I marinated my salmon. I used a bit of salt and pepper, some blackened seasoning, red chili flakes, and gave it a nice little marinade and set it aside, and it's been in the refrigerator overnight. So the salmon is set and it's ready to go. Along with that, I'm going to make a creamy, cheesy polenta, and I'm going to use this really creamy cheese. It's a cream cheese. And I add a little bit of minced vegetables in my polenta to enhance and just to highlight the flavor a little bit. So I have garlic, mint, onions, and some bell pepper. So I'm going to use some garlic. So I'm going to saute that first, and then I'm going to add my cornmeal. And I'll show you how to make a very creamy, smooth, and highly flavorful polenta. In other cultures, in my own culture in Jamaica, we call this ton cornmeal, right? I like to elevate it a little bit by adding some additional flavors. So that's what I'm going to do. And of course, to balance out this dish, I have a medley of vegetables. So here I have some zucchini, some summer squash, some broccoli, minced garlic, and some heirloom tomatoes. So I'm going to pan roast these later on. But again, I went ahead and I just prepped them. I gave them, I blanched the cauliflower. I do have cauliflower here as well. I gave the cauliflower a quick blanch, removed it, and then cool it down and put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to saute this and kind of roast it in the pan later on. This will come towards the end of the cooking process. So let's start working on the salmon. So I'm going to start cooking the salmon first. And since my salmon is already seasoned, I'm going to go ahead. I've been heating my pan over medium high. You want to start out with a medium high heat so you get that nice sear. And then you're going to lower the burner so that the salmon just cooks really nicely. It's perfectly cooked on the inside, but still remain moist and juicy. And then you have that nice crisp on the outside. So that's the goal in making a nice juicy salmon. And I'm going to show you how I apply some moisture by covering the pan to lock in the moisture, and that allows the salmon to cook to a nice temperature of about 145 degrees, where it's cooked all the way through, but it still retain that moisture on the inside, and you get that nice crisp blackened sear on the outside. So that's how we're gonna create a really nice blackened salmon. So I want my pan to heat up just a little bit more. Salmon is one of those oily fish that has omega-3 fatty acids, so some good, hard, healthy fats. So if you ever wanted to choose a fish that is really delicious, but also a source of some good, healthy, hard, healthy fat, salmon is one of those choices. You can also do a nice trout. They are all from the same oily fish family, right? Trout, salmon, even a mackerel has some good omega-3 fatty acids in them, good for heart health. So I'm gonna get ready to put the salmon in and have those sear up. And then after I've put in all the salmon, cook those, then I'll start working on the polenta. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here we have a nice and juicy blackened salmon. This is all done perfectly to a nice medium, well inside. And the salmon is done, it's set, and I can just stick this in the oven to keep warm, nice temperature. And then I'm gonna start working on the creamy polenta. That is gonna be so delicious. So I'm using about a 4-quart pan, and I'm going to heat this over medium high heat. And then I'm gonna melt some butter and saute the vegetables that I prepared to go into the polenta. I'm just gonna cover this and stick this in the oven so it keeps warm until dinner is ready to be served. It's gonna be so delicious. Polenta and fish is one of my favorites. It was my dad's personal favorite dish, and I like it with almost any type of fish, but a nice salmon or a red or yellowtail snapper goes well with this dish also. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven and start working on the creamy polenta. Let's see if I have space here. Yeah, I do. All right, so that goes there, and that will certainly keep warm while I work on my creamy polenta. All right, so I'm gonna add some butter to my pan, have that melt, add 2 tablespoons of butter. I've already prepared my minced bell pepper, onion, garlic, and I'm gonna put that in and allow it to saute. I like adding vegetables to my polenta. I always use every opportunity I can to increase the nutrient content of my meal. So whatever dish I'm making, wherever I can stick some vegetable in, not only for flavor, but really for their nutritional benefit. So I'm gonna let those vegetables sweat, and then I'm gonna start adding the polenta very slowly. And as I add the polenta, cornmeal, I am going to add stock. So here I am using a vegetable stock. You could use vegetable stock, chicken stock, whatever flavor you want your polenta to have. So as soon as this sweats, I can start adding my polenta, and it's the mixing action that really makes this dish nice and creamy. And I have my cream cheese here in chunks, and I'm gonna add them a bit at a time, a chunk at a time. So first, I'm gonna start out by adding my cornmeal. And as you notice, I have my whisk in one hand and the cornmeal in the other, because as I am adding the cornmeal to the pan, I'm gonna be stirring. And then I'm gonna add liquid. So just add a little bit of cornmeal, about a cup, and then I'm gonna stir to incorporate that. And then I'm gonna add about a cup of stock. You could also use a bit of water as well to make this, or a combination of water, right? So you wanna add your liquid and you wanna stir. And I'm just gonna continue this process. I'm gonna add a bit of water also. So I'm using a combination of vegetable stock and water. And then I'm gonna season as I go along. I'm just gonna add a little bit more stock. You do a layered, as you add cornmeal, you add your stock or whatever liquid you're using to make this dish, and make sure you're turning the cornmeal as it cooks, so it cooks nice and fluffy. I'm gonna add some salt. Add about a teaspoon of salt. Add a little bit of water, about a half a cup. And I'm going to continue to add cornmeal stock, a little bit of water, and to continue whisking this until I've added all the cornmeal and I've added all the liquid. I'm just going to add the remaining stock here. So I have all my liquid, add a little bit more water, and then I'm going to add the cheese. I'm going to stir and allow this to cook. So I'm going to add the cheese a little bit at a time and stir it. It's all in the stirring action so that the cornmeal cooks evenly and it doesn't start to lump up. It's nice and creamy. And this is what it looks like in the pan. Nice and creamy. All right, so I'm going to allow this to cook for about 10 minutes and then work on the vegetable, which will be quite easy. I've already prepped them. And in a jiffy, dinner will be ready. Catch you in the next segment. All right, guys, let's check on the polenta and close this cooking session out. So I've made it some pan roasted veggies. It's a medley of vegetables that I seasoned and pan roasted. We have some broccoli, some string beans, some summer squash, cauliflower, a whole bunch of goodness. And I simply treated them with a little bit of olive oil, sauteed some garlic, and pan roasted them. And of course, the star of this meal is going to be our blackened salmon with a bell pepper Kool-Aid, which is a sauce made out of vegetables. And let's check on the polenta. Ooh, this looks so good. Yeah. So this is ready. Put this in a serving dish. And this Mother's Day dinner will be ready and just waiting for Mom to come home. Ooh, look at that. So that we can have this deliciousness. There you go. Ooh, it just falls right out the pan and have all this goodness on top of it. Ooh, very, very cool. And you see that pop of colors? That's from the diced bell pepper that I incorporate into this dish. And there goes my creamy, cheesy polenta with pan roasted vegetable and blackened salmon. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's Mother's Day dinner celebrating my mom, and I hope you're home celebrating your mom or the special mother in your life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button so every time I post a video, you'll be notified, and come join the goodness. Come join the families of Cooking Divas and Cooking Dons. We don't leave the men out of the kitchen. We want everybody cooking and eating healthfully so we can continue to live a healthy lifestyle. This is my creamy polenta tonka meal for those Jamaicans. Blackened salmon, a nice juicy blackened salmon, and of course a medley of pan roasted vegetable. Oh yeah, I did this for Mom. Really good stuff. Can't wait for her to come home, sit down, have some dinner. And this goes well with a glass of Pinot Grigio It goes well with a Chardonnay, any white wine, especially here in Florida. It's a bit warm, so a nice white wine will go well with this dinner or anything you choose to have it with. Enjoy. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Food for Thought with me, your host and chef, Barbara Cooking Diva. Bye.